Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Park
Hi.
Feme. My name is Veda,
And I'm Kika.
and we just had a pretty boring race at the
Dude, it
Austrian
was
Grand
I'm gonna be honest with
Prix.
you. I think
It
on the
was,
levels of boring races, it contends for last
yeah,
year's finale.
it was pretty lackluster. I think it's just because with these new regulations, like I think we're finally hitting the point where we realize how much it's actually doing in terms of like
Right.
allowing
There's
people
no
to, like,
racing
have
anymore.
fights and overtaking and
Right.
stuff, and so, like, to not have like, you put all this work into making sure that there's more overtaking, and then to not see a bunch of it is like, "Mm,
Hmm.
okay. What was this all
Okay.
for?"
And like we had some overtaking, but they weren't like fun fights. We're like, oh, okay, like okay, great.
I wanted more George and Max. That was they came
Yeah,
over, was it Crofty who said it? Who was like, they've
I believe
never
so.
been like fighting
In
first and
contention. Right.
second for,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, for a victory. And I was like, I sat there when like in our watch party and I was like, is that true? Like, have we really never had George fight Max for a first place?
A
But then
podium
it
or
was
anything,
over, so
yeah.
like the gap, I don't remember who in our party said it, but somebody was like, bro, we're watching three separate races or two separate
Oh
races or
no, we
something.
are. I mean, if you look in our notes, I put the timing as of lap 71.
Yeah,
And there are like
you
crazy.
literally
You have
had
Verstappen, Antonelli, and Russell within like seconds of each other. Piastri 20 seconds behind,
with
and then Hamilton,
Hamilton,
Hadjar,
Hadjar,
Norris.
Norris. Leclerc 15 seconds behind because he had to do that last pit stop. And then
Yeah,
39
Lawson.
seconds behind
40
him.
seconds
Yeah,
essentially
40
with
seconds
yeah.
Lawson and everybody else. And then you get to Behrman, who's 23 seconds behind. How many of these guys actually ended up being lapped, I wonder?
I could have pulled that up in a sec. It was I saw something that was like at least Alonso was like 4 laps
Oh,
behind.
yeah. Poor
Hold on, I can
Alonso.
look at that real quick. It
That's
was race results for we are in Austria. Laps was Alonso 3 plus 3 laps, Albon and Ocon 2 laps, then everyone else was at least 1 lap up until
wow.
Charles.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, the time differences, I just remember we were watching, we were like, "Well, this race is decided." Like, it
We're
doesn't
just gonna go hang out.
those 3 are definitely on the podium, those next few are definitely within those spots. You know,
Yeah.
Charles is ending 8th, like, it was just so
There was
decided.
there wasn't too much like even looking at our positions gained on our things, no one had any crazy climbs. We had maybe 2 or 3, partially due to the 4 that were out, but
Yeah.
like there was no crazy swapping of positions and gaining. Everyone relatively stayed where they were. Um there were no crazy crashes.
Mhm.
I mean we had some issues like 2 cars were on fire at one point and they were like, we're just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
I don't remember what Carlos's issue was, but Carlos retired.
Yeah, I remember him, like, pulling off to the side maybe? I don't see, this is the thing is when a race is kind of boring, I, like, don't remember what happened.
We were all
Um,
doing our own thing. You were doing
yeah.
school, I was doing dog things.
Yeah, for sure. There was like a point where I was like, I can do school during this race. This is not going to be something that pulls my attention.
I can
Um,
look it up real quick.
but yeah, I feel
Critical
like
voyage.
as far as performance though, Max in that Red Bull with all of those upgrades that they brought, right? Like
He
that
lost.
was
He lost all power.
oh, Signs did?
Yes, he lost power.
Yeah, figures.
Wow, how many? We need to just make a bingo card of who lost power
I
this
know.
week.
If we were to make a bingo card, what do you think you would put on race by race? Because I would put. Here's the thing: is the free space has to be bad call
Right.
by Ferrari.
That or just engine shuts off
I mean, yeah, the free
because
space should be
that's gonna
something
happen every
that's
single time.
yeah, that's gonna happen every single time. So I feel like it would be like, you know, Cadillac or Aston Martin dead last. That's our free
Right.
space.
Right. But like,
um
definitely, engine shuts off for whatever reason. Like just
yeah,
engine
engine
loss of engine power.
failure,
Like
brake failure, a power loss.
right. So, but yeah, that's how he got it. He became a lawnmower and just kind of skidded to a stop. Poor guy. But no, other than that, we had nothing crazy.
Yeah, I enjoyed the like 3 seconds of fighting between Max and George we got.
It was not enough.
I'm loving seeing Hamilton thrive at Ferrari. That's awesome. I'm not a huge Hamilton fan. Not to say that I think he's a bad driver or anything. It's just that like
Charles is your boy.
I never really rooted for him because I wasn't a Mercedes fan and he was with Mercedes the entire time I've been watching. So it's weird to be rooting for him now, I guess, because at first I was like, I don't want to see you win again. But now I want it. Now I want it. I
Right,
just
right,
want
right.
somebody at Ferrari to be winning.
For real.
Yeah, but I am, as far as my favorite driver at Ferrari, it is always going to be Charles. I just like I'm spoiled. Like I joined in during his good years with Carlos at Ferrari and now that's what I want. Like I just want to see Ferrari rise to the top again. Not to mention one of my favorite like drivers in history is Niki Lauda. So,
Niki
yeah,
Lauda.
easy to be a Ferrari fan.
It's okay. The Ferrari only made one bad call this week, and it was really funny because it wasn't really a bad call. But over the comms, they're like, "Box, box, 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 box," and Lucy's like,
You
"You
told me
told me
too
too late."
late.
They're like, "We tried."
Dude,
just we tried.
the lackluster like responses from I think he if I'm remembering correctly, I think Ricky is his race engineer.
Probably.
But I love the way he responds to things. I
It
miss
was just
when
so funny. Just we tried.
yeah.
Oops. Oh
Yeah.
well.
Oh, no.
Like
He has
shit.
Bonington does or no. That was
Oh.
back at Mercedes cuz now Kimmy has Bonington. So who no, he had Ricky last year. Now he has Carlos Santi.
Oh. Well, it was still just really funny. The we tried. Like, bro. Okay.
Yeah. I I feel for Lewis because I have to imagine he was very spoiled at Mercedes with Peter Bonington who's like
Mm-hmm.
I mean widely regarded as one of the best race engineers that you could possibly have. So I have to imagine that it's probably a struggle to come over and have a little bit of a language barrier with your race engineer, and then on top of that, have your race engineer be a Ferrari race engineer who I don't know what the disconnect is between the strategists and the engineers, but it always feels like because it's the infamous like come in, stay out. Like it's that's such a thing that
Right.
happens at Ferrari. It always happens. Or like the amount of times that Carlos signs when he was with Ferrari would be like, that is a dumb call. I'm not doing that. And then he would win the race because of it, or he would get a podium because of it. Like, I do not know what the disconnect is, but it is so rough sometimes to watch that happen. But yeah, I uh I feel like we should make a bingo card. I think it would be funny.
I think that'd be a lot of fun for us.
I
And I
think
think
so.
it'd be really fun for us to like do in next time we watch with everybody, just so that way we all have like um something to do with the races boring. I mean, we did a yesterday. I
Yeah.
jokingly showed we were going through PowerPoints, and I showed a Jeopardy for our group of friends, and Veda was like, "I want to make an F1 Jeopardy."
Yeah, which I did. And now I have an
I know
F1
you did.
Jeopardy. So I think that's gonna be something that'll be incredibly fun. If you guys are not in our Discord and you would like to be, it is always linked within the episode wherever you're watching or listening. So come join the Discord, play our Jeopardy game,
Shameless
play
plug.
bingo. Yeah. I'm just saying, we have a lot of fun watching the races. I would love to have more
Oh,
people in
for
there
sure.
playing
It's a
together.
lot of fun. It's a lot of giggles, a lot of laughs.
I did
Um,
mean to ask you, and obviously we'll talk about this more off of podcast, but Connor and I are planning for Daytona next year in January. Would you have any interest, or do you think
um, I'm gonna say possibly. Um, as we know, luckily our season will be over, so it won't affect this. But
right,
I'm traveling for holidays, so it's all gonna depend
right?
on dogs and uh dogs training and how much money I have left over after traveling for Christmas.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know that,
Um,
but yeah, mark me as a maybe.
mhm.
Because that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, tickets are on sale now. So realistically, there's time,
Yeah,
but if the sooner,
I could in
obviously.
theory buy one and sell it if I needed to.
Yeah, that's true. Or I wonder if maybe if they have like insurance or something where like
Mm.
if as long as it's within like 30 days before the event, maybe you can just
I'll
return
look
it.
into it.
But yeah, I was gonna say because I think we're planning on going. He goes with a lot of his like sim racing friends
Oh
who.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I yeah,
yeah.
so we could meet all them.
Yeah. That was, no, actually, I don't think I want to go. Actually, because
You
it's
said
gonna be a
suddenly
nightmare.
something came up. um,
Suddenly, not
no,
in a bad way. I love Connor's friends. I
yeah,
mentioned that in the sense of like, for some reason, when we collided a couple weeks ago, we got along a little too well, and we
I
went,
know,
"Oh,
I
this is a
know.
dangerous.
I'm like,
This is
I
a
was
dangerous
sitting there.
combination."
I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, "Fuck, I can't imagine that group of people at a bar. I just like don't want to
Dude,
see
our
it. You know what
entire,
I
not
mean?"
even like a bar, but like say like we like had a house at like a beach or something just before going to Daytona. Like, oh,
See, but that's the thing is they were talking about they rented a house last time, and so they were talking about doing
hmm.
it again, and I was like, "Oh, this is a terrible idea. I'm kind of in for it." Like,
Listen, life's about making both good and bad decisions. This
I
is our bad
know.
decision.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're getting off track.
Yeah,
Um,
so like I said, we can talk more about it off of
yeah,
podcast, but I wanted to mention it while it was fresh in my head. Um,
love that for us.
but yes, so as
Anything
far
crazy
as
else
yeah,
happened?
I was gonna say as far as this race, I
Oh,
feel like realistically, go ahead.
the Mercedes drink system broke.
Yeah, which is like whatever.
That was insane.
I mean,
For
whatever.
both. Well, here's the thing. It was a hot race. It was a
Yeah.
hot race. So having both Kimmy and George being thirsty, George came out of his car. He's like, "I'm not talking to anybody. Get me some water now."
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like working out and not having a water bottle with you, right? Like you sweat a
Right.
shit ton and then you don't have water. And like, I think that's more of a mental thing though, because if you're super hydrated before the race, you'll just want to hydrate afterwards. You're in a hot car
Right.
for an hour and a half. But I think it's more mental because Max was like, yeah, I didn't take a drink during my race at all. It was too hot. And I was like, how do you
Oh, because
just,
he's like, it's like drinking warm tea.
yeah, I was like, how do you not want to take a sip of water? But then I think about it and like when I go hiking, I'll hike for like 3 hours and I drink water once I'm done hiking. Like I chug water once I'm done
Right.
hiking.
So I don't
Sometimes
like
it's just like,
carrying a bottle.
yeah, exactly. So I'll leave a bottle in the car and then when I come back and like preferably in a cooler so it's like a little
Right.
like not boiling, it's like room temperature.
At minimum, right.
Oh no, I hate cold water. I hate ice water. It like
I don't like ice water, but if I freeze it and it like defrost and it's just like slightly cooler versus being like warm.
I can feel when the water is cool, I can feel it all the way like down my esophagus on a hot day
Oh,
and
you
I
just
hate
hate
that.
that?
I hate that feeling. Um so I
That's
can't
fair.
I can't stand ice water in like hot conditions. If you give me ice water at a restaurant, I'm fine. But I mean like
Right.
if I'm like if it's a
If you're
hundred
dying for
and
water, you're like, don't make
yeah,
it
if
hot.
it's a
Don't make it
hundred
ice.
and 10 degrees out and I want to drink water to
Looks
cool off
outside,
or whatever,
sweats.
yeah. I want to like look for something to cool myself down. I want room temperature water because it's cooler than me, and ice water literally sends
Nothing's
my
cooler than you.
it bitch.
Sorry. Yeah, dude.
I'm sitting here trying to rant about my autistic dislike for cold water.
I did that to you yesterday too. I like you were
Yeah.
and I just hit you with that. You're like, ooh, and then I immediately ruined it just to keep the balance.
Yeah, it's like people keep stonewalling me like that. I keep getting caught off guard.
Sorry.
Anyways, uh yeah, I feel like if that's the most interesting thing that happened in the race, it's
Damn, it was
that's
a boring
it's enough.
race. I mean, the drone footage was fun. I personally got a little dizzy.
Yeah, I here's the thing. I think in editing, drone footage is really cool. I love seeing that perspective and everything. But live, I don't think it
Mm-mm.
works. Like because I don't think you can like
Balance it
editing
properly.
allows you to put like, all of these like not filters, but I guess like corrections, like like
Right,
correctional
you can
filters
edit
on it.
you can edit
Yeah.
how the orientation
You can
is.
stabilize it, you can do all of this
Right.
stuff. So like you can edit it to make it not so like nausea inducing.
No,
But when
it was nausea inducing for me. I
yeah, when
couldn't.
you show it live, and like I get it because they did this at the Red Bull Ring like a couple years ago, I think, where they raced a car and a drone and everybody loved it. That was edited footage. Like that was, and not
Right.
only that, but it was probably done, 7 or 8 times. You get like a whole bunch of takes and you can pick which one looks
Right.
best or whatever. But the issue with doing it live is that you're just showing us a really fast perspective and it's like, dude, whoa. Like I just
BRB gonna go throw up real
just
quick.
give me the normal angle. I don't need to go with the car. I'm on this side of the TV
There were
because
a
I don't
couple that
want
were
to.
cool.
Yeah, for sure. I
A
mean,
couple
drone
shots,
shots are
but
always going to
overall
be
I was like,
cool. I think the ones where it's like keeping up with the car, I think I just can't do. It's like it's too much because it's like the whole screen's a blur. It like somewhat triggers my motion sickness. It's not
yeah,
for
no
me.
thank you.
um
Super cool. Need a little bit more balance.
yeah, I would say so. I also think that when it comes to making a change like that, like I don't know, a little bit of forewarning would have been nice. Like if they had been like, "Oh,
True.
this weekend we're going to be using a drone as part of our live broadcasting." Cool. Now I'm prepared for drone shots, but that it came out of nowhere.
Nowhere.
It's
Oh
crazy.
wow! Whoa!
um well yeah. No
Imagine
safety
watching
cars?
F1 in VR like that.
No.
No,
I don't want
you don't want to imagine it, or no, you don't want it to exist.
both. Um
Okay, just double check.
but I I would never if I here's the thing. We're perfectly fine right now, right? We do nothing and win. We get to watch the races week by week. The broadcasting's a pretty good quality. We like our announcers. We love Crofty. Like as a commentator is what I should say. We love Crofty as a commentator. I don't
Right.
know much about the man himself, but we're sitting pretty right now. To change that in any way, shape, or form to me just sounds problematic. I don't like change. I don't
Agreed.
like big change. I don't like small change. Nothing. So,
Well, we're autistic.
yeah. So, I think
Newsflash.
if you hadn't guessed, um, so I think the days, like the concept of watching F1 in VR in any extent, like whether it's going into VR to watch it like as if you're sitting in a seat or to watch it from like the perspective of a drone, which makes me sick just
Mm-mm.
thinking about it, or like all of that just sounds to me like
Nope.
not worth my time.
I
So,
would never watch F1 again. I love you, but no.
yeah, if that became the only way to do it, I think I would just give up on the sport.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
It was nice knowing you
It was
all.
nice knowing you. I love you, F1. I don't love you that much. Um,
I value my I listen. I like not waking up and then immediately feeling like I'm gonna throw up for the rest of my day.
yeah. Luckily, there are no plans out there like that, and I think the FIA knows that can make money off of people by simple broadcasting, so that's what it'll continue to do.
True. True.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Yeah, what was I saying before that? We got a virtual safety car, but no actual safety car.
We got
Um,
Verstappen safety car, and then towards the end, it ended up closing the pits because that's how they
yeah.
got Carlos's car back.
Yeah. I mean, the
Um,
probability for a safety car at the Red Bull Ring is pretty low. It's like below 50% for sure.
yeah,
So I'm not shocked. The virtual safety car is a 50% chance. Um, so yeah, I'm not surprised that it happened. And that was for signs, right?
yeah, that was
Yeah.
for the engine failure. There was no crazy crashes. There was no spin outs. Nothing. They were just like doo doo doo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
didn't Max crash in qualifying?
Yeah, so I believe I didn't actually watch qualifying, but I believe he went into the wall. Spun
Yeah,
out into wall.
but that was like the only like thing we had the entire weekend. It was funny though because I saw a lot of memes of Charles, no, and Charles like what? It was like, oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
force a
force a
habit.
habit.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that one too. But no, it was I think you could tell even just by our fantasy sheet how like mm, the race was. Like the
Very
everybody
boring.
yeah, everybody came within like their typical range of placing.
There
Um
wasn't a lot of crazy swab. Like I think we had like three people moving like up and down, maybe three places at the max, versus like our 5 to 7. Um,
yeah,
no, not a lot of ones, not a lot of twos. A lot of people kind of really stayed where they were.
yeah. So, that being said, checking in on fantasy, if you guys remember last time after the Spanish Grand Prix, Kika was sitting at about 24, just under 2400 points, and I was sitting
Teehee.
just under 2000. So there was a 400 point gap. Well, guess what? Nothing has changed.
Oopsie.
um After all of the points have been added up, we were pretty close. Constructors, we came in, Kika had 94 points, I had 92. And then drivers, Kika had 119, I had 111. So we were
Super
actually
balanced.
super, super balanced this time around. And that's with me down a constructor because Kika
Right.
has Haas now. So it's like for
But
that
even
to
Haas didn't give me all that many points.
no, they gave you 10. It was
Right.
just 10 points. Um but it also helps that like if I hadn't had the double DNF from Caddy, then technically I would have made more points than you in the
Constructors. Right.
constructors with less teams, which is crazy to me. Then again, I do have Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari. So like you might have Mercedes, but I have the other three.
Right. I have the entire mid pack that's
You
keeping
do.
me afloat, whereas you
Yeah.
have all the heavy
Yeah. And
except
then
for
I have a couple
Mercedes.
lower teams, yeah. But
Mercedes is my big heavy hitter, and the only reason it's staying that way is because we've been getting Mercedes wins back to back.
yeah. But all that being said, the total points for Austrian Grand Prix put Kika at 2,607 and me at 2,199. That is a 40 or 408 point difference. Um, I got time. I
We got
got
time.
time.
We got time.
For sure, I got time. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen the second half of the season. I'm a little nervous that there's going to be a point where Mercedes brings upgrades and they just wipe all of the progress from everybody else's upgrades.
Yeah. Because I know a
Because
lot of people brought upgrades today, and it seemed to, I say today, but like, they brought for this week, and they seem to have help. But now I'm waiting for the pin to drop.
yeah, that's the thing is like I'm kind of one because Mercedes is kind of getting all this time, I feel like, to really develop their parts. Only because they're like, well, nobody can touch us right now. And so, like, let's not pick up the pace until somebody's like, catching us. And like, yes, Ferrari can get close. Yes, Red Bull can get close. But like, you let a Mercedes in front of the pack, and that's just basically undeniable, you know? So I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. Um, I'm also, you know, at the beginning of the year, I put George's name on the table as world champion. And so I'm still pretty sure that that could happen. Like, sure, Kimmy's keeping up with him, but like, we've seen it 100 times over. Like there's a 40-point difference between them. If George continues to take first place and Kimmy's taking second or third, he's going to close that gap really quick.
Yeah.
Lewis is still right behind George at 125 points. And then that's where everyone starts dropping off because the next one is a 55-point difference to Oscar Piastri. Lando and Charles are sitting at 79 points, so on and so forth. So I mean, like, there's really, we're looking at three guys for the title right now, and that's both Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton, which is wild.
Wild to see.
Yeah. I think we're gonna see a lot of people dropping out of contention in a few rounds. Because we're on Britain will be round 9. And considering we lost 2 of our races, we are hitting that halfway point. So I think we're about to see like, I'm so sorry to say this, Kika, but I think we're about to see like up to maybe like the V-carb guys and the Alpine guys. Probably they're gonna drop out of contention. Isaac
Yeah.
Hedjar might drop out of contention, like just
I mean,
because.
I mean, hey, like, Alpine's still sitting pretty in fifth as far as construction's going. So, like,
I mean,
you
yeah,
know,
that is good for them. I mean, like, at the end of
overall, they're holding on, baby.
2025, they were last. They were last on the list for constructors. So jumping up 5 spots is great.
Insane.
Yeah. And I mean, Ferrari is also kind of because Ferrari came last year, it was McLaren, Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari. And as of this year, right now at least, I think it's
They're
Mercedes.
second.
Yeah, Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull,
McLaren, Red
right?
Bull,
Yeah.
Alpine.
So I mean, Ferrari is looking great. Second used to be their main target. I think they came in, I don't remember the last time they came in second. I think they came in third or fourth for like 20. Well, no, I think 2024 they came in second actually. But then I think before that they were kind of hard stuck coming in third because Mercedes and um Red Bull were kind of like on the fight. I don't know. They might have. I don't really keep up with the constructors too much as opposed to like the drivers
The drivers,
championship
yeah.
because usually it's like very obvious which team is going to win constructors and there's just like there I would love if Ferrari won it, but coming in second to me in the constructors championship is just like okay, that's where you belong. So I mean,
Right.
at this point it's kind of like I don't think I've had a season yet where it's looked like Ferrari is the strongest car overall, so
Excuse me.
bless.
Thank you. I wasn't gonna reach my mute button in time. I was like, just, oh, okay. I tried to hold it,
Happens.
didn't work.
Yeah, happens. So moving on to checking in the rumor mill. I was just
Rumor
doing
mill.
Yeah, I was looking some stuff up because I saw I was like scrolling through Twitter and I saw
I
a
hate
whole
Twitter.
bunch. Yeah. Yeah,
It's
me
so
too.
bad for us.
I
It's so bad for us.
Literally the only well, no, because here's the thing. I carefully curated my timeline on
Right.
Twitter in the 15 years that I've had a Twitter. I have been very careful. There's actually a feature on it where you can go block words. So I just
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
block
yeah, yeah.
every word I don't want to see, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
politics, Donald Trump, like anything like that. I just block it all. Cuz
Yeah,
like
I got messed up because I follow a good friend of ours who likes to send me stuff, and I open it and I get a bunch of like wolves and cats. If
mm,
yeah,
yeah,
without
my
name dropping and calling out that community, which I don't care. Like, I don't, the community doesn't bother me. But I'm like, I don't need you all over my Twitter, bro. Go
um
away.
yeah, I just like I'm not a huge fan. I will never like politics on social media. Like I think everybody is just uninformed on Twitter specifically. And
For
like
real.
everyone gets their shit from like a very biased source and then validates it on Twitter. So I want no part of it. Like I've got
That's
my
fair.
own my own sources that I will go to that are reliable to me. So I blocked like all of that stuff. I blocked like ever since being out of it, I pretty much blocked all of like the crazy K-pop stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
cuz that shit is taxing on your
Insane.
like energy on Twitter. It's
Dude,
like
the Final Fantasy Twitter's wild. I had
yeah,
to like get rid of that.
which truthfully I'm really glad that I don't see much of that or whatever. But basically what I use Twitter for now is F1 related stuff, art related stuff, and like media consuming, like movies
Right.
and whatever. So like if I'm really into a movie, typically I'll go follow. I have this weird thing I do. I'll go follow like the actors, the directors, the whatever, and so that I can get like the behind the scenes stuff and like the shared news about the movie that's coming out or whatever. And then as soon as I've seen the movie and the hype is over, I unfollow all of them.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's just like I'm so careful about my timelines because when I went through therapy, I learned like how bad for you social media actually
Oh, it's
is.
so bad for us.
Yeah. Especially for those uh who are not neurotypical, who are neurodivergent. Social
Oh
media
yeah.
has a tendency to trigger a lot of the mental illnesses within people. Um
Mm-hmm.
and like
It,
somebody
it causes a lot of parasocialism too.
yeah, and so to protect myself from that, I'm extremely careful with my I mean, you know me, I don't have my phone on me like ever to begin
Ever.
with. Yeah. So it's like when I wake up, you can get a hold of me and then like right before I go to bed, you can get a hold of me. But in
And
between is
I'll text her through the day. I'm like, wait, hold on. I'll immediately go to Discord and send text her the same text I sent her in her text. Just
yeah,
like I realized
it is
it was a
likely that
hot
I'll
shot. If
see
I
it
don't hear
anyway.
from you in 10 minutes, I'm switching to
Mhm.
Discord.
Yeah, it is very much more likely that I will be near Discord just because I'll either be on my PC or on my iPad. Um, but because so there are
Which is
some
so funny because you could theoretically get your text on your iPad. You
I
just ignore
do.
me.
I no, I
I know.
do.
You just ignore me.
Sometimes when I text you back, it is from my iPad. Um, because I'll be in the middle of doing art and I'll see your text and I'll look around for my phone. I'm like, eh. And then I just like go text you back on my fucking
You just go,
iPad instead.
okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay,
Um,
Discord, and I go, I got
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Moving over.
But yes, okay, getting back on track. Wow, we're bad today. Um,
That's not even as bad. There's nothing to talk about for
yeah,
the
it's
race.
true.
Like, I know that sounds really messed up, but like, it was a very good, very simple, very clean race.
Yeah.
But like, we're here for the drama.
I mean, I'm here for like the drama of like, oh, Charles Leclerc pulled a win out of his ass. Like,
Why are you
that's
laughing? It
that's
could happen.
it better happen.
It'll sure listen
I
again. We said that Charles wasted his wedding this year. It wasn't his real wedding. His real wedding this next year, and it will
wait, you
absolutely
have
secure
to
his
give
win.
we have to give the context because saying he wasted his wedding is rough.
You said it, and I got so mad at you
I
yesterday. I
well
was like, "Are you kidding me?"
so
Huh?
there's this long-standing thing of drivers getting married and then winning their first world championship or winning like a really big world championship or whatever. And so I made the joke that he wasted his wedding on this season. And he should have just gone through with it because they like eloped and then they have this big wedding plan for next year. And I was like, they should have just kept it secret. He should have just gotten married next year, whatever. And then, and then it would be fine. He can win the championship next year. Um, but obviously, no, he didn't waste his wedding. And I have seen speculation that Alex might be pregnant. So,
She posted a picture today on her Instagram,
mhm.
and it was a model show. But the first thing I saw was her in a blue dress, and I went, "Oh, Alex, Alex!"
Alex?
No, because she was at a sh- runway show. But I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, oh, oh,
Yeah, there
oh."
are people who are like they're like speculating based off of like photos that were taken of them. I don't think there's any real basis to it. Like I think there's 1,000 reasons why you can look less like uh toned than normal. If she had just eaten, if she was bloated from,
I mean,
her.
them eloping is no reason to assume that they're pregnant because, at this point,
Yeah, and, like, even if she is, good for them, and, like, that's their
yay!
business, like, but it was crazy to me because it was, like, all that was clouding my time feed, so I had to keep going, like, "Not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested," like, I don't know, I'm always gonna think it's weird that people feel the need to comment on women's bodies, but, like, especially women who are just, like,
Existing.
supporting their spouses or their significant others or whatever. I think it's so weird to like put them in the center of attention, like to put the spotlight on them. Um
Now, if they came out and said they got another dog, I'd be like, "Are you kidding me? Let's go."
yeah, literally. Put the dog in the center of attention. Leo deserves it. You know what I mean? Like
I
let's
love
take the
Leo.
eyes off Alex. Let's focus more on Leo. Let's have like let's give Leo
Oh
his
boy,
own little, side segment during races. I think it'd be cute. Um
for real.
So rumors related to the sport though.
Oh,
Um Obviously there's still a lot of speculation about where Verstappen is going, if he's going to stay with Red Bull or if he's going to possibly move to Mercedes or McLaren
or if he's done.
or if he's just going to leave and go become a GT3 racer. Um but I do know that because Red Bull is facing such issues with their car, Verstappen's team, I guess you could call them, is kind of looking out to see where he could go if he wanted to stay in the sport or if like the best option for them would be to stay with Red Bull. I don't know where he's gonna go.
I mean, to be fair, the last couple photos we've caught of him, he hasn't been in Red Bull gear. He's been in
Mm,
casual gear,
oh
which is
god.
insane for him. That's just feeding the rumor mill. Don't take that
Yeah.
as like any.
I was gonna
It's just
say,
funny.
I'm pretty sure that's mostly Kelly. I think
That's
it's
probably
yeah, I
Kelly's
think
like,
it's just
please.
Kelly.
Kelly's like, please.
Yeah, I like she's made so many comments about it that I'm pretty sure that's just her being like, please wear something normal.
Please
um
just put clothes on. Like, I was. Did you see another mini sidebar? Did you see that when he went to go like when they were on the yacht with P? Him and P had matching swimsuits.
yeah, it was I love his bonus dad like energy when it comes to P. Uh but also I would like to take a second to like I guess extend my respect to Kelly PK
Yep,
uh for keeping her children off social media, like for
for
blocking their
real.
faces out. I think that's really important, especially for children who are growing up in the limelight, and I think it's very respectable that she is blocking P's face now even though she might not have done it before. You
Well, now
obviously
that as P's getting older, her face is gonna change, so it's not
yeah.
gonna be like crazy.
Like to an extent, like you cannot stop the press from taking
From doing
photos or
it,
whatever, but you
right,
can do as much as possible, and she
in your
is, and
personal
I
life, yeah.
respect that a lot. But yeah, I think I don't know if he moves, I would expect for him to want to be with GP. Like I
Mm-hmm.
just can't imagine Max without GP. It's so weird to think
Wasn't
about.
there a rumor that GP was moving to Mercedes?
He's not moving to Mercedes. I think he's moving to McLaren.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
It
but
was one of the M's, bro. One of them.
but I know that that sparked rumors of Max moving to McLaren because they were like, well, Max is obviously going to go with GP, right? And then Z- Zach Brown's obnoxious face comes into camera and basically says, I'm happy with our drivers. I think we have the best driver combo ever. But like
Shut
you
up.
also cannot trust a single word that Zach Brown says because he's infamous for just stirring the pot. Um
Right.
so I don't know. I can't really see Max as a McLaren racer. I mean, truthfully, I can't see Max as a non Red Bull driver. It's just impossible for me to imagine because dude comes on in the driver program for Red Bull, races for Toro Rosso, gets put onto the main Red Bull team, is there ever since. Him moving just feels like wrong. it's
Right, insane.
him
It's insanity.
him leaving Red Bull, either of the guys leaving McLaren, mainly Lando, Charles leaving Ferrari, all of those feel wrong. But I think that the same was said about, Lewis and Mercedes, and then Lewis moved to Ferrari and we've all gotten used to it. So, maybe it's just crazy to me because earlier on, I feel like people didn't spend as much time on average with a team as they do now. So, like, I don't know how long or how many teams Fernando's been with and how long he was with them, but also our teams have just been pretty constant. Like, we don't have new teams coming in and racing for a few seasons and then selling their teams and then buyouts and all that stuff. So maybe that's part of it. But yeah, just like it feels like everyone's staying with their teams for a really long time now. Like,
True.
I don't know. I guess we'll see what
However,
happens.
we're there's a rumor of a shakeup coming.
What's the rumor?
The rumor is that Yuki might be coming back.
Oh yeah. Um Yuki obviously is a reserve driver right now for the Red Bull teams, but there is speculation that he will be replacing,
Bestie,
honestly, yeah,
bestie.
in Haas. Honestly, I think he's been put up for discussion for replacing quite a few people. Cuz
Yeah, no, he's the only one right now that has the mile
yeah, like I
versus
think
bringing in a rookie.
yeah, I think a lot of teams are kind of looking between bringing in Yuki or bringing in like F2 drivers or like their reserve drivers for the next year cuz I
Surely they're
know
bringing Danny back, right?
no. But
Shit.
I think they've pretty much all but confirmed that Colton Herta is going to take a spot in Caddy next year too. So like
Right. I
I
know that
think
they're gonna get Botas out. Botas is not having a.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Colton and Checo. Um, and yeah, I feel bad for Valtteri because I think the car and him just have not been getting along at all. And when they do get along, I feel like it's just one of those things where you're already at the back of the pack. Like you haven't had enough time to get accustomed to the car while your teammate has. So naturally, you're not going to perform you know, as good if
The
you
way you
guys are
want
both
to.
on completely equal footing. And yeah, so I like, I don't, if the cars had been swapped, if Sergio had been having all the issues, I'm sure it probably would have been a similar thing.
Right.
But yeah, I know that's a rumor. George's seat at Mercedes is a little bit of a rumor, just because Kimmy has been having such a good run. His early success, like, and I guess like outperformance of the standards that he was being held to at Mercedes have put a bunch of rumors in there that maybe the door is open for Verstappen, and if he was going to come over, that the person he would be replacing would actually be George. um I don't know if that's true, to be honest with you. There's a lot of stuff that happens behind closed doors. I wouldn't be shocked if George was unhappy at Mercedes right now, and because of that, he decided that he wanted to leave, and that opened the door. Because I know his contract last year was a really big thing. It took forever for them to sign George on, and everyone was throwing questions at him like, do you think it's because they're waiting on somebody else to say no? Do you think you're a backup? Do you think this? Do you think that? And he was just basically like, I mean, I'm happy here and I'm happy racing for Mercedes, and we get along well, so I'm sure everything's fine. We're just going through the necessary steps. And I think that compiled with how his season has been going in comparison to his teammate, who is 19 years old and kicking ass. I think a lot of people are thinking that Mercedes might be looking at George to be like, yeah, you gotta step it up. But unlike every other team, Mercedes is a lot more, I feel, about like a good atmosphere and becoming a family and working together and, all that stuff. So I don't know that they would just kick George to the can. And even if they were going to bring Max in, it's hard for me to believe that they would take George out completely. Um,
Right.
so I think that they would kind of do a driver swap, which is something that's happened before where, we would see George at Red Bull and we'd see Max at Mercedes, and it would just be weird.
Right.
It would just be weird. Um,
I don't know how I like that, so I'm not gonna think about it.
yeah, yeah. And then the last rumor that I have about drivers at the moment is that with Liam Lawson, there's been a lot of speculation that one of the Red Bull juniors, Nikola Solov, was promised his seat, like Lawson's seat for
he's been
2027.
he's been doing so good this season.
Yeah, yeah,
I've been following him and he's rocking it.
yeah. So Um, Racing Bulls is ran by team principal Alan Permain, and he has shut this rumor down, basically saying
Darn.
that no internal discussions have taken place. But there's a lot of reports that have been circulating on social media and stuff, and I'm not so sure if it is something that we should be looking for maybe for the 2028 season because we just got Arvid Lindblad. I don't think they would bring it.
Another
It
rookie
would
in so
feel
soon.
crazy if they had a team of two complete rookies. So I don't think that they'll be doing it anytime soon. But if Hadjar goes somewhere else and, maybe they bring up Lindblad to Red Bull or whatever, maybe then we'll see Nicola come into F1 for Racing Bulls. It's just I don't think right now. I think the reason he shut that rumor down fast is because he's like, yeah, no. We're not doing two rookies on one team. We're not doing two practically children.
I mean, I understand that they brought him in as like a
A reserve.
um, but again, let him enjoy his time in F2 because he's really rock. Let
Yeah.
him get his wings underneath him for a little bit there, and then shuffle him in.
Yeah. Um yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's pretty much all I've got as far as
Yeah,
the
there ain't much.
rumors. Yeah, there's not much at all. So I guess I'll just go ahead and give you guys the information for our next race, and then we'll get out of here
Yippee!
and see you guys after Silverstone. So British Grand Prix, Silverstone, iconic race. We all know it. They say everyone loves it, but I think that's just because so many teams are at their home race. Essentially, you have a track that was put on an old airfield. This actually held the inaugural race for the first season of the World Driver Championship, which was on May 13th, 1950. Queen Elizabeth and King George VI actually attended that inaugural race. It is the only time English royalty has ever attended the event. Um, just the first one, they said, "Yep, that's enough for us." The track is 5.891 kilometers, 3.66 miles long. The record is a 1 minute 27.097 set by Max for Red Bull in 2020. Most wins on this track is 9 wins for Lewis Hamilton, which I swear to you, the British Grand Prix is like synonymous with having a British winner. Like I feel like most of the races cuz Lando's won, I think George has won before, but maybe not. Maybe he's just podiumed. Lewis obviously wins it all the time, and then we had that era where Max was like killing it. And he just like won every single race for a while. Uh but yeah, Silverstone is beloved by a lot of the teams. In fact, 9 of our current teams on the grid, and keep in mind we only have 11 teams. are based in the UK. So this is the home race to 9 teams.
It's also Arvid's first home race.
That's crazy. For some reason, I did not think he was racing under a British license.
I'm pretty sure he is.
I did not think he was, but he
Hey
might
Siri,
be.
is Arvid Lindblad racing under a British license? Yep, he is.
Oh, um,
My phone was in my hand. It
I
worked.
mean, I know I've heard him. I've heard him talk, so I know he is like he's
but
got an English accent,
but
but
he could have been like Australian, or he could have been like because I never know. I just assume British
it's fair.
at this point.
I it's hard for me to
It's not
because he's
Monaco.
no, he's Swedish, which is why I'm like kind of but I don't know if he is
A Swedish
like
citizen or not.
Swedish descent living in Britain or if he
Right.
is British descent living in Sweden or what. Um
Right.
but I know he's Swedish. I guess but yeah, if he's racing under a British flag, it happens. It happened to Oscar Piastri I think in F2. He was under um a British license, and so every time, even though he's super
Australian.
Australian, every single time that he won, they had to play the British anthem for
Yeah.
him, and
Yeah. Yeah.
he hated it. You can see it on his face. He did not want to be
Like,
there.
this is bullshit.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I feel like usually I feel like a British driver wins a whole bunch. That we had a lot of German winners like Sebastian Vettel, Nico Rosberg, and Michael Schumacher has won a few times. Um, but it is a pretty big deal. This track has seen a bunch of iterations. Like because it's on an old airfield, there's a lot of like different possibilities of track setup essentially. So it changed a lot between the 50s and current day. If you take a look at the 1950 like track map, you'll notice that one of the biggest things missing is the high speed complex sequence of Maggots and Beckett's, which is a very
Maggots and Beckett's.
popular section here. It's a couple of S curves. It actually used to basically do like a little turn around that, but the track currently has 18 turns. Yeah, 18 turns. Especially because of that sequence, Maggots and Beckett's. It's a whole bunch of turns in sequence. Um, But this also saw some alternations or alternative tracks over the years. So during the years 1964 to 1986, it alternated with a track called Brands Hatch. Brands Hatch is one of the strangest looking tracks I think I've ever seen in my life. It looks like a coat hook. That's like the only like turn a coat hook upside down. It looks so strange. And then between 1955 and 1962, right before Brands Hatch, there was a track called Ainstree that used to alternate with Silverstone to hold the British Grand Prix. But ultimately, after 86, we kind of saw Silverstone take a little bit of a turn towards becoming the iconic track that it is today. And from 1994 to 2009, they had a pretty similar track setup to what we have now. The only difference is that instead of the Hamilton straight going into Abbey, it would actually be a left turn and there was no like internal part of the track. Uh Silverstone's seen a lot of changes over the years. I don't know if we're done making changes, but I feel like every time that they do make a change, it's something crazy about the track. Like right now it's so high speed because the Wellington straight, the Hamilton straight and the Hangar straight are all incredibly fast and a lot of them go into like not super tight corners. So it just allows for so much overtaking and so many opportunities for like high speed corners and to be like wheel to wheel racing and stuff. So I can understand why people love it. It is often called the best circuit on the entire calendar. I don't know if I agree with that. I think I'm always going to be a fan of Spa, but Silverstone is a pretty fun one to watch year by year. You watched Silverstone last year, right? No, you were asleep. I know because Nico Hulkenberg got his podium and I had to celebrate that alone.
Was that the one? Was that the one when I was in your basement, or was that the
Mhm.
next one?
Nope,
Oh yeah,
you were here for Silverstone and you guys were sleeping in my
Alright,
basement and I was upstairs celebrating Nico
I'm just,
Hulkenberg.
dude. I'm gonna say this once. I've said this once. I'm saying it a minute. You could have come down to wake me up. You know that,
I
right?
didn't want to disturb you. I didn't know how long you guys were awake for.
No, I
So
got to your house and we fell asleep maybe within an hour of all of us going to bed. But you know how your basement is. By the way, this girl, I love her so much, and I need to go back because I miss her so much. Her basement is like pitch fucking black.
it's
So
a
you don't.
basement.
Okay, but like there's some basements that like have the the bright windows for like the edge and everything, but yours is just for some reason it's darker than I expected it to be. Anyways,
It's a
and like
Midwestern basement. It's a tornado
I
shelter.
what's it like, huh? What's it like having that, huh? Don't talk to me. I live in Georgia. We don't have basements because our water table is too high. So if I die to a tornado, I'm fucked.
I live in the
My laundry
Midwest.
room just
Everything is a tornado shelter.
everything, dude. But like it was like I didn't know what I was like. Oh, it's dark. I'll just keep sleeping until Brandon finally came over. He's like, "Hey, Kika, it's like 1 o'clock." I went, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Listen, it was dark. It was cool. It was the perfect sleeping conditions.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went upstairs and we all watched it on the couch.
Yeah, I said, well, you guys better watch it because it's pretty fucking exciting. And I'm sitting in the corner, like, pissed because dude, I like shed a single tear and everything for it.
Okay, so next time I come, you can come down and you can jump on me. You can wake me the fuck
I'm
up.
not gonna do that, but I will throw Nelson on you.
I'll take it.
Yeah. I'll give
I'll
you
allow
a
that.
wake up party you're used to with a dog.
Listen, the one oh yes, I love waking up. As I do every day. I love waking up to getting pounced on and nibbled on and barked at.
As you should.
As you can hear her in the background, she came into my office with her bone to hang out, and you can hear it.
Okay, so finishing out all of my fun facts and everything. Um, the Oh no, I already gave you the lap record, so it's just the times that
Yep.
we need for next weekend. We're getting so off track today. I'm like losing where I'm at with everything.
It's okay.
So for the Great Britain, Formula One, what's the whole title of it? Formula One Pirelli British Grand Prix.
Jeez, it's better than Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona was crazy.
It's
But you have the practice session again, Central Standard Time as usual. Practice session Friday, what is that? July 3rd? Yes. Friday, July 3rd at 6:30 a.m. CST is the first practice. This is a sprint weekend, so we have the sprint qualifying at 10:30 a.m. on Friday, July 3rd. Saturday, July 4th, which I'm sure most of you will be out doing barbecues and everything if you live in the United States. But if you are not, if you don't want to celebrate our independence, or if you're just too big of a fan to miss it, at 5:15 a.m., we will have our pre-sprint show starting. This will go all the way up until the sprint race at 6 a.m. The qualifying will be at 10 a.m. And then we will get to our official race on Sunday at 9 a.m. CST, July 5th. So yeah, early weekend.
This will be a
for
fun
F1
weekend.
fans.
And I'll be home. I was supposed to go that ended up flying through, so I'll be home. So
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll probably do
our watch
I'm not
party.
sure if I'm gonna say everybody on their own for the sprint race. I gotta be honest with you, I don't know if I care about sprint races as it is right now. I might watch it, but I don't know if I care about like getting everybody together
Right,
for a
no.
rewatch.
Definitely watch for us on Sunday. Well, somebody will be home Even if we're not physically there, we'll throw it up on a screen and walk away if we have to.
Yeah.
But it'll probably definitely be in here in the Discord. You're more than welcome to come join us, come watch,
Mm-hmm.
come
We'll send a
chill.
tag out anyways. But Sunday we have a rewatch at noon Central Standard Time. We have a rewatch planned for that, the same as we do for every early race, because we understand better than anyone. Waking up for a race, not always the play.
Not really our favorite thing,
Yeah,
especially when we have other things going on in life.
yeah,
Um,
exactly. So we
I like my
will
sleep.
yeah. So we will see you guys next time after the British Grand Prix. Do you have your predictions? Do you have any predictions?
Um, This is gonna sound crazy. I'm gonna kind of what we're really working with is I'm gonna say it's gonna be both Mercedes on the podium and probably a Ferrari.
Okay. Um
In any order, honestly. That seems to be the trend right now. I'm not a trendsetter. I'm a trend follower.
okay, I'm a trend follower. Well, I am a trend setter. So what I think is
I
going to
know
happen is I think we're going to get a hammy win. And I think we're going to get Kimmy in second. And I think we're going to get Lando in third. I think we're going to have two Brits on the podium. I think Kimmy's going to best George here because I think George gets a little in his head on the important races. Um, so if a Mercedes is going to make it to the podium, which unless they have an engine failure, one of them will be on the podium. I think it's going to be
for sure.
Kimmy. I think Lewis is agreeing well enough with the Ferrari to make his way onto the podium. And truth be told, I just want Lando to get a podium. I don't know why. That's it's been a vibe for me lately. Kind of want him on the
He is
podium.
technically the current world champion.
Yeah, yeah. I think maybe that's what it is. Like I want him to have a little bit of like, I'm
Validation.
still here. So I'm gonna root for Hammy, Kimmy, Lando. That's my prediction for a podium. My wild card is a Max Verstappen podium and win. Um but I think if he doesn't win the race, then it'll most likely be because he's in a wall or in fourth place.
My wild card is Franco Colapinto over 5th place.
Franco for fifth. Okay. I
Yeah.
can actually see that being a thing. I'll note those down so that we have them last time to see how wrong or right we were.
Brandon's our friend Biro is not allowed to make predictions anymore.
Yeah, B-Ro's not allowed to make predictions because then they kind of come true and he always makes them against what we want to happen.
For real. We love you. You need to shut up.
We love you. Stop predicting that Charles is going to have technical issues or end up in
Dude,
8th place.
for real.
Yeah. All right. Well, that being said, we will see you guys next week, reporting back on the British Grand Prix, and at that point, we'll be steadily approaching the midway point of the season, which is crazy.
Oh.
I know. Yeah. But until then, enjoy your weekends, enjoy your race weekends. You guys get double the action this weekend with the sprint.
Enjoy your holiday.
Yes, enjoy your holiday if you are celebrating the independence of the red, white, and blue flag with all of those dumb stars.
Hey, listen, listen. We're not under a British flag. I'll take it.
You know what? I used to hate the American flag just because drawing it was impossible because
And
how do
pain
you
in the ass, yeah.
put 50 stars on a freaking flag on a drawing?
For real.
So
But like it's not British, so
Yeah.
we're good.
I also just hate the color scheme. Like I hate the color scheme of red, white, and blue, and that's just me being picky about colors, but like I just hate it so much.
We're not France, we're not Britain. We're good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing is like all the flags that have red, white, and blue, I sit there and I'm like, oh God, just pick any other color. You know
Leave the
whose
color.
flag is awesome?
Japan.
Yeah, actually, yes. Japan's flag is pretty sick because
It's white with a red dot.
It's very simple.
So easy to draw.
And it's symbology for the sun, and that's great. What I was gonna say is I love Brazil's flag. I
Brazil's flag
freaking
is so pretty.
love Brazil's flag. Um, but yeah, before we get too off tangent, we'll see you guys next weekend. Have a good rest of your week. Stay cool if you are in one of the places with a large heat advisory. And as always, take care. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.